The Dictionary of the Tortured Poets Department. Aptly titled The Tortured Poets Department, Taylor's new album is full of somber prose, eloquent metaphors, and a lot of words that most people don't use in everyday conversation. Taylor has often stated that her lyrics are the achievement that she is most proud of. She puts lots of thought and effort into the most perfectly crafted prose, memorable lines to truly put her emotions into words. I compiled a list of all the words that I didn't know or words that I thought would not be common knowledge so that you can have a more full understanding of the artist's true intent. Starting off with an easy one, I learned the word fortnight from Shakespeare. I believe he uses it in the introduction of Romeo and Juliet. It just means 2 weeks. And for a fortnight there we were, forever running. Another fortnight lost in America. Moved to Florida, buy the car you want. Due to copyright reasons, you will have to listen to me singing them. Moving on. In the song The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, she uses the word also ran. I had never heard this before. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a weird rhyme, so I decided to look it up. An also ran is a loser in a race or other contest, especially by a large margin. Another definition of an also ran is an indistinguished or unsuccessful person or thing. Once your queen had come, you treat her like an also ran. So it could mean that she was like a competitor in a race for his attention and his love, and then once he got her, he treated her like the loser of that race. Or it could just mean that he's referring to her as, or he's treating her as an undistinguished thing. He's just treating her like any other girl. In the song Guilty as Sin, she uses the word tryst, T-R-Y-S-T. I did not know what this meant. It is an agreement specifically between lovers to meet at a specific time, usually a secret meeting of lovers. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy top, lip kiss, how I long for our trysts. Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin? Leo, hush. Leo. Oh my goodness. Leo, stop. Orange kitties. Next word is precocious. Now that's not an entirely unusual word or particularly large vocabulary word, but she uses it multiple times. And so just in case you didn't know, precocious is usually describing of a child having certain developed abilities or proclivities at an earlier age than usual. She uses it both in But Daddy, I Love Him and I Hate It Here. I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to. The only one is mine. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. And But Daddy, I Love Him, which is one of my favorite lines from this song, which is the thing that hooked me in this song and the first time I listened to it. Growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all. That's one of my favorite lines from that song. Because it's true. Another 2 words also from this song are sanctimoniously and soliloquy. God save the most judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me, sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see, thinking they can change. All right, that's enough. Sanctimonious means making a show of being morally superior to others. So she makes a lot of allusions to Christianity in here. Sarah's and Hannah's in their Sunday best, clutching their pearls, sighing what a mess. I just learned these people try and save you 'cause they hate you. I think it has a bit of a connotation of like the religious town being against the wild woman, the mad woman, the witchy woman, and I can definitely relate to that. So, yeah, sanctimonious means like they're judging her harshly and they're sabotaging something that is clearly none of their business. It's who she loves, but they're making a show of being morally superior because they think, oh, it's just what's best for you. We're going to save you. But they're actually caging her. And then a soliloquy is kind of like a monologue, but usually in the context of a play, an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud when you're by yourself or regardless of any hearers. So it's a monologue dramatically spoken to yourself when you're alone. Ew, hush. Another word is alchemy, which again is not a particularly difficult word. I kind of understand it to mean chemistry, but with the connotation of magic or occult sciences. Almost like witchcraft and like potion brewing, that kind of thing. But it could also mean how things come together, whether it's personalities or elements. Alchemists tried to turn certain metals into gold, and they were in search of an elixir of life. And also wanted to make sure that the line about heroin didn't go over anyone's head in that song because I think it's really cool. You said that it was heroin, but this time with an E. They're pronounced exactly the same. Heroin, the drug, versus heroine with an E, the female hero of a story. Another word people might not know is esoteric. It's from The Black Dog. Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? Esoteric just means intended or likely to be understood by a specific group of people with certain knowledge or interest. Saying that, were you making fun of me with a joke that could only be understood by the people we're closest to, the people who know her, or people who know about their situation, using their history against her to hurt her by making a joke at the expense of her. And the last one on my dictionary list is anoint, used in the albatross. Cross your thoughtless heart, only liquor anoints you. She's the albatross, she is here to destroy you. It's a verb that is similar in use to the word appoint, like he was appointed king, he was appointed priest, but has a much more specific designation. To anoint can mean to smear something on a person, like oil. That's its traditional use. As part of a religious ceremony, like a priest is anointed with oil. To ceremonially confer divine or holy office upon. So it definitely has a religious and ceremonial connotation, but it literally means to smear on something. But I think in this context, wow, only liquor ceremonially appoints him to something more important, maybe. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure of the interpretation of that. This song also makes me think of the story The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. It was a very, very long poem written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge in 1897. No, 1797. A sailor wrongfully shoots and kills an albatross while at sea, and because of this, they become haunted by spirits, and angels watch over them in disdain as they face the consequences of killing this albatross. So I don't know if there's any relation to that in the song, but that's what it makes me think of. This has been the Dictionary of the Tortured Poets Department. I hope you learned some new vocabulary words. Glory be to Swift.